Hello everybody, my name is Ro, and today I'm joined by my friend, the Anime Bro, and today we'll be talking about Persona. So, if you know me personally at all, you would know that I don't play games. I haven't in many years, and it's something I'm looking to get back into. Recently I've only played chess, but then the Anime Bro over here, he told me about Persona, and it's something I've heard a lot about. So today, this video is a little bit different. He's going to try to convince me to play or watch Persona. So introduce yourself and tell me why Persona is so great.
Hello everybody, I'm the Anime Bro and I am a big Persona fan. I like both the anime and the video games and they're really good. Alright, so for one thing that I think about a Persona game is every Persona game is very deep, so they always have a philosophical message to it. So like the third game, it was about like death. It was really dark. It was about like how you should not want death. It was about very suicidal. The fourth one was you should always accept your truth, and then the fifth one is that you shouldn't allow like society to actually make you who you are. You should try to live your own life and stuff like that. And yeah, that's just basically like summaries of the games.
So you're telling me it's super deep, right? So is it a very plot heavy game? Is it a very plot heavy game?
No, not really. It's not plot heavy. In fact, most of the time it's just like a certain group of people have like one goal in mind. So in Persona 3, there was this group of kids who were trying to discover why something called the Dark Hour happened. Because the Dark Hour was killing people. Their job was to try make sure like that nobody else dies. In Persona 4, to make this easier, it's like JoJo Part 4. There's a serial killer and they're just trying to figure out who's the serial killer.
That's a very good way to invest me. I love JoJo. So you hit the right note. Okay, so you're telling me it's super deep and it has a very intricate plot line and it has like the characters have depth to them essentially is what you're telling me.
And that's also something interesting about the games because it's part visual novel, part RPG. So you have what's called social links. Now the social links they help grow characters from your group, but also characters that are just like from like say your friend or your family. And they actually help build the characters more because each character has their own problems that they struggle with. And you're just kind of like an observer. You're not really a helper because you're the main character, so you just go in there and observe. The one thing I gotta say about the anime is only Persona 4 anime is actually the best out of all of them because how they handle the social links is that they do it episodically. So usually every social link that's not part of your party member is usually done in a certain episode. So like one episode would be like your family, the other episode would be like somebody you work with, and so on and so forth.
So one thing I want to ask is, how is like the game mechanics like? Is it like visual novels, so I'm just like pressing buttons? Because I'm not into visual novels. I despise visual novels.
It's not a visual novel. In fact, there was only one game that would say that, but it was just a port of Persona 3. But how it works is basically you have two sides. You have the JRPG side, so that's basically like you go into dungeons and whatnot and fight different monsters that you face. And you have like your downtime where you talk to people and encourage and explore the world.
Okay, so right now you haven't convinced me to watch it because all you've told me is it has a good enough, plot, right? And it's a JRPG. But like, what sells the game? Because for me, I'm going into Persona totally blind. I don't know anything about it, and the things I do know is that it has amazing music, right? Because the way I know it is because when you're studying, right, you're normally looking for music to listen to while studying, and Persona music is the first thing that pops up. And the amount of times I've listened to this soundtracks, that's the only thing I know about it.
Yeah. So yeah, the music is really good. Out of all the Persona games, Persona 5 is my favorite. It actually is, instead of doing like a pop thing, like a J-pop thing, like the other games, they actually do a Japanese jazz, and it really is cool.
Jazz music is my favorite, one of my favorite genres.
Yeah, so if you're really into jazz music, playing Persona 5, I think all of it, not not all of it, but majority of it is basically jazz. Like there's a I think I don't know if you heard of this, but there's a very popular one called Under the Mask, I think its name is.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. Like Beneath the Mask or Under the Mask. It's like I can't sing it because YouTube will kill me for it. But I think that's the one I hear the most actually. That's always in my study playlist. It's the first thing I listen to. It's super chill. Like I love it. But other than that, like okay, plot is good, music is good. Game mechanics are like a JRPG. Is there anything like other big thing for Persona 5? Is it easy to get into for me as like not knowing anything about it?
I would say yes, but only for like certain games, because other games you have to basically play the other games to know what you're getting into. So Persona 5 is very easy to get into. There's not that much to do. You don't have to do much time management, because you have to do that. And also the story is very simple to get into. Some of the characters are likable.
But okay, so if I buy Persona 5 on the PC, right? And just go through it, right? Will I be able to understand everything because I haven't played the earlier games?
Yes, so that's another thing that's interesting. So technically there is a timeline, but the only connections they have to previous games are just like Easter eggs. So you can go, because I started with Persona 5. I didn't start with Persona 3 or Persona 4. I played Persona 5. I was able to get into it, and that got me into the other games, Persona 4 and Persona 3. You don't need to start with any other ones. You basically have to put it, the newer the game is, the easier it is to get into.
Okay, that's beautiful, because I've heard brilliant things about Persona 5. So I guess you've somewhat convinced me to play Persona. I'm not sure if you convinced me to watch it, because generally video game adaptations into anime aren't the best. Other than Castlevania, I've heard good things about Castlevania.
Okay, so the one thing about it is that there have been... So Persona 5 was considered a bad adaptation, not because of story, but because of the visuals.
It got the Record of Ragnarok treatment?
Yeah, it mostly got the Berserk 2016 treatment.
Oh no, that sounds horrendous. That sounds pathetic.
Persona 4 and the Persona 3 movies are amazing. In fact, they don't use CGI, which was the one thing I really did like about it, because I'm a person who thinks that if you can't do CGI great, you shouldn't try it. And and usually, I should tell you this, Persona 4, many people have actually watched it and have not known it was actually a video game first.
Can I go into Persona 4 and just watch it and see if I'm interested into it?
Yeah, so basically how I put it is, if you want to watch Persona, I would suggest watching Persona 4, because it's English dubbed, and also it is a really great adaptation to the original Persona 4, not Golden, but I won't get into that.
Don't explain too much, because it's literally gonna fly over my head. I'm totally blind about this. Okay, so right now what my head is thinking is, in the next few days I'll watch Persona 4. And then, if I'm interested in it, I'll buy Persona 5 and see if I can get into the franchise. Am I good with that?
Yeah, that's really good.
Alright, so unfortunately we're short on time, so I have to end this. Thank you for all your, suggestions regarding it and letting me know just enough to get me interested into Persona. And I'll try it out, and then I'll let you know what I think of it. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!
See ya!